If Joe Biden didn't pardon Hunter Biden would have testified against Joe Biden and the entire crime family. How do I know this? Why else would Hunter Biden tape every single conversation that he had with his dad, his uncle, his mother, his sisters, the entire Biden crime family? He had them all on tape. Why would he tape the conversations? Why would you tape conversations with your own father about criminality? What would be the reason for that? You know why? Because Hunter Biden doesn't trust his father. And if it came down to it, he would have testified in court to keep himself out of prison. And if you don't think that would have happened, if you don't think somebody like Hunter Biden, a crack addict, a guy that sleeps with his dead brother's wife, a man that human traffics underage girls for his own sexual gratification, a man that smokes crack doing 100 miles an hour in his car with guns in his possession, lied on a gun application, lied on his taxes, lies about everything, is a sexual deviant. You think he has any morals or standards? You think he wouldn't testify on his own dad? But you better think again. You know, Fox News, sometimes I watch Fox News and I see what the hosts say. And some of them are their takes. They're so surprised and they're flabbergasted and all these words. If you mean that, if you are really shocked that Joe Biden pardoned his kid, you know, the kid that was the bag man for the Biden crime family to sell America out to China and all our enemies, you didn't think Joe Biden was going to pardon him? Joe Biden doesn't have an honest bone in his entire body. He's corrupt to his core. He's going to hell. Trust me, Joe is closer to the end. Joe Biden is going to hell. He has been corrupt, vile, pervert his entire life, and nothing has changed. He couldn't do what's right for America. He couldn't do what's right ever for anybody under any circumstance. That's all he does is lie. It's just amazing, all these reactions to, we're shocked that Joe Biden lied to the country. Really? Then you haven't been paying attention to who Joe Biden is. Joe Biden's a criminal, powerful criminal, because he can get away with all his crimes. If Hunter Biden was so innocent, like Democrats say, like his daddy says, like The View says, why would he have to get a pardon for 10 years of criminal activity? 10 years this pardon goes back. I don't know what's worse, what Joe Biden did, or all these so-called conservatives acting like they're so shocked and hurt that Joe Biden would do something like this. Are we still under the premises that Joe Biden is a decent human being? Joe Biden is scum of the planet. For the last 4 years in America, it's been nothing but chaos. The border, inflation, crime, lie after lie after lie, while Joe Biden, crime family, enriched themselves over and over and over again while selling America and Americans out to all of our enemies while we all suffered. And the only thing he did was laugh about it. Every time they asked Joe Biden a serious question, he just laughed. Could care less. He's a psychopath. He's a sociopath. He's a criminal. He's corrupt. He's a pervert. He's a disgusting human being. So let's jump into Fox News.
Our top story, President Biden yesterday pardoned his son Hunter after promising the American people that he would let his son face the music for what he did.
Right.
Will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's a face that would never lie. Look at that face. Right. There's not an honest bone in this guy's body. It's absolutely pathetic. I don't know what's more pathetic. People believing that Joe Biden is a good person or just Joe Biden himself. It's a big toss-up.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, Joe.
Abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Okay, joining us to discuss is the co-host of The Five, Judge Jeanine Pirro. She's already giggling. What do you make of the fact that Joe Biden gave him a get-out-of-jail-free card for 10 years? Anything you did that we know about or didn't know about,
right?
They can't hold you responsible.
Well, you know, look, Joe Biden has lied to us from the get-go. As soon as he came into office, he said, I know nothing about my son's business dealings.
Yeah, okay.
Then we know he's flying him to China, and then all of the photographs with his partners and all that. So Joe Biden is leaving lying. Here's the bottom line. Joe Biden is complaining that his son was targeted, that it was selective prosecution. Mr. President, with all due respect, you're wrong. People go to jail for this stuff all the time, and it was your Justice Department that allowed the statute of limitations to run.
Oh, speaking of that, the DOJ, the FBI, the CIA, the Internal Revenue Service, every system departments are corrupt. Every single department. Chris Wray, Merrick Garland, the CIA, the FBI, every intelligence agency that you can think of was fully aware of the Biden's criminal activity, and they let them get away with it. It's just a disgrace.
On the highest earning years that involved you. But let me say this. If he really believed that the Department of Justice selectively prosecuted him, why didn't he fire Merrick Garland? I mean, why didn't he say, you know what, Merrick, this is it. You did something wrong. Everybody knows what happened here.
It's all a circus. You don't think Joe Biden told Merrick Garland, go ahead, charge him. I don't care. I'm going to pardon him anyway. It'll appease the public and make it look like you're doing your job. It's all a circus. It's all an act, a charade.
Was a cover-up from the get-go of the crimes. They had to get David Weiss in there. They had a corrupt plea deal that a judge uncovered, and he was going to jail. We're talking about a two-time felony convict.
He was never going to
now
jail.
They can turn around and say the system's bad, but in the end, at least Donald Trump.
Judge Jeanine, Hunter Biden was never going to spend a day in jail. Knock it off, please. Don't insult my intelligence.
His cases, two of them were dismissed, and the third one in Georgia is a blow-up, and the one in Manhattan's a piece of crap that on appeal will go away.
Well, I think Joe Biden, and there are a bunch of Democrats and people who voted for Kamala Harris, and obviously they were in Joe Biden's camp, he has angered them, but then again, they squeezed Joe Biden out. I don't think he cares.
Well, I don't
a
think
little
he cares
revenge
either. But you know what? He always was going to pardon him. And I'm very upset. Karine Jean-Pierre is not having a press conference for a couple of days. I wanted to hear her say, the president has always made it clear he loves Hunter.
You know where we stand.
The president's son had a
Of course, Karine Jean-Pierre, the biggest liar on the entire planet. Of course she's not going to have a press conference. Why would she? She'd have to be accountable for all her lies.